Hey everybody, Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02. This is version 5.0.1. So this is the latest version so far. And here we go. We have a 1v1 on Fortress of Isen II. We have AlexisOnFi, or Cam, otherwise known as Goblins, and the other player is also Goblins. So we have a Goblin Mirror, and the other player is Otto in the top left. So this should be interesting. Goblin Mirror matchups can be pretty crazy, as you might imagine. Lots of Goblin spam to be had. And it looks like he's going 2 tunnels into a Goblin cave there. I'll be calling him Cam for this cast instead of Alexis, just to make it easier because it's shorter. But Cam is going for a tunnel, or a couple of tunnels, and he's going for a Goblin cave there as well. Obviously, both players are going to be going Goblin caves. Looks like he's going 2 Goblin caves, in fact. So looking to get the Goblin spam out very quickly. Immediately getting some Goblin warriors coming out. Cam doing the same. And yeah, they're going to have to do pretty well defending against each other here. There's going to be a lot of farm harass, as there's going to be Goblin warriors pretty much everywhere. I wonder if Spiderlings would actually be good against Goblin spam. Probably not to start, because it's a bit expensive, but I guess you could go Goblin Archers instead. Maybe not actually do that. Goblins, I believe both, or the Spiderlings got a buff, so in this latest patch of 2.02. So they are a little bit more useful. I haven't actually looked and seen what the buff was exactly. Seems Otto has placed a forward mine though, or tunnel, rather. And he's going to begin pushing into Cam's lands here. And it looks like Cam is going through the top. Has he spotted Otto's guys yet? If he hasn't, he definitely has now. And now the war for the resource buildings begins. Oh yes. Lots of little goblins cleaving away there. He's definitely gonna get that tunnel. He didn't even have to use his war chant. It looks like Cam already used his. So that's good for Otto. There's Otto's. His will last a bit longer now. So that'll actually work out to his advantage. Because not a whole lot was done with Cam's original war chant. It's just more of a deterrent, if anything. But it seems Cam is pushing forward, trying to take out something. He doesn't quite have enough troops over here, though. Otto will be able to defend this pretty easily. I believe Otto is Asba as well. I can't remember. I'll just call him Otto. And lots of goblins coming out. Cam is looking to put a mighty force onto the other goblin player here. Sending lots of guys to the west, 1 goblin battalion to the north. It looks like he, barely saves this tunnel. Good save though. That will definitely be beneficial to keep that alive. You want to keep your original tunnels alive. I think you can actually get less if you have to rebuild them in their original place. So ideally, you want to keep them alive as long as possible. And those are usually the ones that hit level 3 first. As you might imagine. I don't know why I just scrolled all the way over here and it's just clicking. Looks like some Goblin Warriors are brought out by Otto to defend his little forward tunnel here. Meanwhile, he's also pushing down here, trying to harass. I wonder if this game will transition to anything but Goblin spam. It is possible it won't. It is possible both players will go heavy Goblin spam for the whole game, but it's also possible that something new might come into play. With version 5.0.1, there are new possibilities. Half-Troll Swordsmen have been buffed. What else? I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but there's that. Spiderlings, obviously, have been buffed a bit to help deal with cavalry a little bit better. which is a good change, I feel. Because goblins don't really have much way to deal with cavalry in the early game, other than just get trampled and hope you can kill a few guys on the way in. But it's not the best strategy, as you might imagine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to casting a lot more 5.0.1 games. There is not many to choose from at the moment on the replay section, so I need people to start putting up some replays so I can start casting some games here. Also, if they weren't all on Fords of Isen II, that would be fantastic. But I'm not expecting too much out of that. Looks like tunnel. The tunnel is going to go down here. Oh, maybe not. Otto saves it just barely. Both players doing a good job of trying to stop the opponent from destroying their tunnels. Looks like Otto placing some guys there. Pretending they're elves, hiding in the trees. War chant going down on Cam's troops. And he will begin cleaving through Otto's troops quite easily with that war chant. Also, a new thing in this patch is there are different colors. This green is a different color, I believe, to the previous. Ooh, he's actually harassing the cave troll quite nicely. I was getting a lot of good flanking damage on it while it was running away, or running back to its lair. That's actually a pretty good tactic. Draw it away, and when it goes back, start hitting it. So he's opting not to finish it off, though. Curious. I wonder why he'd not. I guess he's had his fill. All right, fair enough. Looks like Otto's managed to weasel a few guys in there. He's gonna start taking down this tunnel of Cam. Meanwhile, Cam is pushing into Otto's base. It looks like he might get this goblin cave. That'd be a good pickup. Stem the tide of the goblin spam a little bit. Although if he doesn't get this rubble, it will just rebuild. At least that cuts it off for a while. Even if he doesn't get the rubble. He is looking to just knock him down, really. Because then he can outspam his opponent. He doesn't have to get rid of the building rubble, really. Although it is definitely more efficient to get rid of the building rubble, as that will completely nullify the building from ever existing. So getting a little engagement over here. Looks like Cam's mine will go down again. Tunnel, rather. I keep calling them mines. Same thing, really. Both players opting to get Wildmen. And as you saw, Wildmen were summoned over here. It looks like he's doing pretty good damage with it. Otto responding, though, by sending Wildmen of his own. Although Cam has a lot of goblins over here. And I mean a lot of goblins. And like I said before, he's got the ability to outspam his opponent now, because his opponent is running off 2 goblin caves, where he's running off 5. So he's definitely getting 3 times more or whatever troops than his opponent. And that could be very bad for Otto. He needs to do something very quickly if he's going to hope to keep up. Definitely going to need to rebuild his goblin caves. There's no question about that. I wonder if goblin archers would be a good call. Looks like Otto's sitting on 1,100 resources. Wonder why. Possibly saving up for a hero? Maybe. Looks like he managed to knock down another tunnel. But Cam managing to clean it up before the building rubble was destroyed. Otto did lose his forward, looks like all of his forward tunnels are pretty much gone, as far as I can tell. No, that's Cam's. So yeah, there is no, as far as I can tell. No, there's one here. It's slightly difficult to see things on the bottom of the map in light green. I'm not sure you can actually see that on the map. You can a little bit, but it can be hard to spot. Ooh, Spiderling expansion. Good defense for your buildings. Those are quite effective against Goblin Warriors. They're effective against melee troops in general, but Goblin Warriors are so weak that they do pretty good damage to those. Looks like this repair guy is just repairing nothing. He's fixing this rock. It's very important that rock stays fully functional. Both players using the war chant. Looks like Otto is back up to 5 Goblin Caves now. So he can now match the spam of Cam, so to speak. He's loading up all his goblins, looking to go through a forward tunnel somewhere. Where are they coming out at? I wonder. Possibly over here. No, he hasn't came out yet. It's a very harass goblin heavy game, that is for certain. Which is interesting, I find, actually. Oh, somebody's gonna lose a builder. It looks like Cam will lose a builder there. That's unfortunate. Builders are not cheap. We got 10 power points from Cam there. He could possibly get something else. Probably save him for a 15. I'd imagine both players would save him for a 15. So we got a big blob of red over here in the base of Otto. Looks like he will manage to take down a tunnel once again. Although he has a spiderling expansion as well, which will help. As you see there, he's doing good work. They go out pretty far from the fortress expansion. And now there's just goblins everywhere. Goblin madness. I would love to see some spider riders out. I realize it's not easy to get spider riders out at this point. Not when your opponent is the same thing, doing the same thing. It can be difficult to transition into something like spider riders or anything else. But so far, so good for both teams. Neither team has a clear advantage over the other, I would say. Except for PowerPoint wise. I would definitely say that Cam is in the lead there. He does have the summon worm, which has been summoned down over here. That's where I figured it would go. That was the best place to summon that against goblins. You don't want to summon it under a goblin army because they're just goblin warriors. This way he can actually destroy buildings with it. Much more effective method. And he does have it in an aggressive stance, so I guess it does more damage. For the worm, that's actually fine, I would say. Unless it's taking a max amount of damage, which it's not. I'd say Cam is definitely doing a little bit better than Otto at this point. Both players are playing very well though, keeping their micro and their macro up quite nicely. Although this worm is really causing problems. Knocks down 3 or 4 of those goblin caves. I'm not sure if it destroyed one here. But 3 rubbles are still here, meaning there's at least 3 knocked down. And now he is running off 3 here. Well, not for long. Looks like Otto returning the favor, summoning a worm of his own. And the worm is just so destructive, immediately knocking down that thing. Although Otto did lose another one of his goblin caves, and he's about to lose a tunnel as well. He's just really having trouble here. But this worm might help him come back a little bit. Although fortunately for Cam, he does have all his structures spaced out quite nicely, which will make the worm have to travel, causing it to expire quicker. Well, not quicker per se, but get less done in its amount of time on its existence or whatever. But Cam is doing very well. He is pushing in quite hard into Otto's base, taking out lots of structures. Looks like Wildman summoned once again. Oh, that's going to be brutal. I think that's going to leave Otto with no buildings. This may be a short game, actually. Not too short. It has been a little bit. Looks like Cam actually has 15 power points now. He could potentially get a... What's for 15? Watcher? He could get Watcher, he could get... I'm not sure what the PowerPoint tree looks like, so I don't actually know what he's going to get. But there's a multitude of things he could do. The Wildman doing a great job of cleaning up the base here. The worm did pretty good damage here from Otto, but not quite enough, I don't think. Although Otto doing a great job of rebuilding his tunnels, or his goblin caves immediately. He is keeping his his tunnels out in the field, or attempting to at least, as he is building his tunnels down here. Actually quite close to the enemy base, in fact. Looks like Cam will start harassing those now. Trying to get a few of those off the field. Cut the economy off of his goblin opponent. Looks like Otto can hold 725 and he has 1,500 resources in the bank and 10 power points at this point. Cam having 17 power points, 750 command points, and not a whole lot of money. Otto's sitting on a lot of money every time I look at him. I don't know why. Either he's saving for something, or something. He could be going for a hero, he could be going for something else. I think he may be sitting on a little too much money. I mean, he's doing a good job of spending money, don't get me wrong. His goblin spam is keeping up nicely. I guess the goblins just aren't enough to actually spend all his money. That's why I think he probably should throw it on a spider bit. Although he does have to be able to defend it, that's the thing. If you're going to throw down that kind of money to get spider riders, possibly, you might want to make sure it stays alive. Otherwise it might just be a waste. And that could throw off your momentum as well. Stopping production, basically just build some spider riders. So I'm not sure if it would be worth it or not. I think it might be. But both players opting to go with the goblin spam at this point. Actually looks like Otto is catching up a bit in power points. Wait, Worm is a 15 power, isn't it? Is he going for Balrog? How how did I forget that Worm is a 15 power? Don't ask me. I have no idea. But yeah, I guess they're both going for a 25 power. Obviously probably Balrog, as it is better than the dragon, I would imagine. I think Worm is on the side of the Balrog, but I'm not positive. Dragon would still be useful. I will still be able to knock down majority of the base. Balrog is definitely more useful. Because it's just been... I think Balrog is one of the best powers in the game. Pretty much bar none. You can counter it with the Army of the Dead. But, like something... I'd still say it's better than Earthquake. Or something like that, because you can actually kill an army with it like that, and then pretty much destroy the base, like an Earthquake. With your Breathe Fire and your Fire Whips. Now Cam looking to bring the pain with the Balrog. Breathe Fire going down. Lots of destruction. 3 Goblin Caves immediately knocked to rubble. That turned to rubble. There's going to be a lot of rubble, but he's looking to knock everything down. Looks like Otto was actually going for cave trolls. I think that actually would have worked out pretty well had the Balrog not showed up. Immediately knocking down the fissure. Oh, that is unfortunate. You see the Balrog taking negligible damage from these spiderlings. It's an odd word for me. Negligible. Yeah. Nonetheless, it is a thing. Otto just about has enough for Balrog himself. He definitely needs it if he's going to get back into the game. Because his base is in complete tatters. Does he have it yet? Almost. That's the thing with Goblins. They always get their 25 power like way quicker than every other team because they're just so constantly in combat. And that's how you get your power points, just being in combat really. 25 power points for Otto. Is he going for Balrog? He has gone for Balrog. If that icon gets dark, I know where to look. There it is. And there it is. I knew he'd summon it near his base, if not in his base. That would make sense. He's just gonna walk over there, okay. But that's gonna do a lot of damage. Cam might want to start rebuilding elsewhere with his structures, if he hasn't already. As to not get caught too badly by this. Because this is going to do a lot of damage. Doesn't look like he's building anything else anywhere else at the moment. But he does have more troops on the field than Otto does. He's losing all his structures here. It's not good. And this is what happens when you don't get rid of the rubble. All 4 of these are rebuilding at once. And his base will immediately start becoming a base once again. So while it doesn't seem like a good idea to stop and destroy the rubble, sometimes it might be. Like, I think a breathe fire right here, destroying these 2 again. Or maybe here, actually, it'd probably be better. I guess he doesn't want to breathe fire. Breathe fire would be good to get rid of these towers as well. He needs to be quick though if he's going to use the time remaining. I think he's just looking to knock down everything he can. I'd say that's a Balrog well spent. Looks like he's going for the fissure once again. But there is an army of Cam over here. He doesn't have enough Goblin warriors to stop him. Cam now summons a worm. That will immediately destroy this fissure. Otto's so desperately trying to get this fissure up. He's not able to do so, unfortunately. Oh, we do have a Azog from Otto, though. I don't know if he needs to be an aggressive stance against Goblin warriors. Doesn't he one-shot them anyway? Maybe that's just so he'll auto-target a little easier. But he will take a little bit extra damage for no reason. But I guess that works. That seems to be okay. He's leveling up nicely. It's already level 3. And now Otto's actually starting to come back a little bit. Although the worm is going to put a damper on things slightly. Knocking down a few of his structures here and there. Looks like guys are retreating to the safety of the spiraling expansions. Which are cutting through these goblins like a scythe through wheat. No trouble whatsoever, and he'll probably... he might save this... no, he won't. Wait. Oh, he saved his tunnel. Very nice. Which is always good. You always want to save your tunnels when all possible. Look at that bear. That bear gives no shits. Looks like some wildmen were summoned at some point, and they just dissipated. And now Otto putting some pressure on Cam for once. With some army and some wormage. And he'll begin destroying some structures. Which is a good thing for him. He needs this. If he can actually get enough time to build that fissure and upgrade it and get some trolls, he might actually have a chance. I think he actually might maybe want to put the fissure over here. Oh, that's bad. Cam opting to get a Drogoth the Dragon Lord. That is going to be disastrous for Otto, as Otto has no way to counter this. He's going to need Goblin Archers immediately. He has none in queue, though. I don't know if he hears the Drogoth come out. I think everyone hears Drogoth come out, don't they? I'm not too sure. We definitely did, though. But if he does not know... I mean, he's already seen it swoop down and kill his guys, so he's seen it. But will he be able to defend against it is the question. And my answer is probably not. Not with the lack of archers, I would imagine. Even with archers, it's still kind of hard to stop Drogoth. With Goblin archers, that is. Drogoth is so powerful. And he will be continuing to level up and destroying farms. Going to make things very, very difficult for Otto. It could even be a a game ender right there, if you think about it. Drogoth really, with the support of a horde of goblins, could actually defeat Otto, I think. Because Drogoth can take out the armies that are defending against the army, and the army can just swarm the base. So it is highly possible that the end of the game could be nearing because of this purchase decision from Cam, which I agree with highly. It can be difficult to save up 5 grand, but definitely well worth it. Though both players do have scavenger, keep that in mind. So obviously that does help things along a little bit. Looks like Cam has darkness And Otto soon will be getting darkness. Problem with darkness is, or you know, both teams are going to be going for it, but whoever uses it first is going to lose out on the darkness buff. As I believe the second player to cast the darkness will overwrite the first darkness. So that would just negate the other person's darkness. So really no one wants to make the first darkness use. That's probably why Cam hasn't used his yet, because he might think Otto has his waiting to be used. So really, it becomes a redundant power almost, if you think about it that way. Because you're just going to be giving a buff to your opponent if you use it, more or less. Azog running for his life from a horde of goblins. Fortunately, he's slightly... Is he faster? Well, not when he stops. Why is he getting stuck? These goblin warriors possibly should target Azog. Maybe not. Opting to instead just keep going for the base. Maybe that is the best decision. I'm not sure why there's no goblin archers being built. Okay, there we go. Otto finally deciding to get some goblin archers. And I think those will actually help with all those goblin spam as well as Brogoth. Oh goodness. Somebody has the ring. I think that's Otto. Are those green? It's hard to say because they keep moving. Yeah, I can't hover over them long enough. But they are being killed by these red guys, so yes, they are troops of Otto. Definitely green. If Cam could win the ring, that would be pretty nice for him, I would imagine. And there you go, those archers are on the field. And they probably will scare Brogoth a little bit. Make him fly away. Looks like some destruction is being wrought in the base of Cam though. Some war-chanted wildmen doing a bit of damage. The ring has been secured though from Cam. Will he have enough money to actually use it? Not even close. Well, unless he bought it before I looked. I doubt it. I don't think he would have 10 grand saved up though. Odds are slim. Wait. It seems that Otto's gone for spiderlings instead. That's actually a smart move, actually. I said actually twice. That is a smart move though. Because by buying the spiderlings, your opponent thinks you have darkness, so he won't use his darkness. And then you have like a mind game, more or less. And then you have an extra power, if you think about it that way, than your opponent. Because Cam clearly is not going to use his darkness, for reasons I've already explained. I'm not sure if that's the reason per se, but I would imagine it is. It makes the most sense. But he does have the spiderlings now, and he will begin using those frivolously when he is able to. It's also pretty good at destroying things. Very chunky looking spiders. I wouldn't want to see one of those in a dark alley. And these goblin archers doing a good job picking off lots of goblin warriors. I think these were actually a good choice. Maybe even needed earlier to counter a bit of spam. Ooh. That was the level 6 power Fireflight. Took out 2 goblin caves there. Very nice. That was very effective. And that is the benefit of leveling up with Brogoth. As he has just running around unopposed, destroying mineshafts wherever he pleases pretty much. Ooh, we got the goblins summoning down a dragon. Which does have a cool... Is that a different dragon model? I mean, I've seen the model, but it looks different, like color-wise, I think. I think it's supposed to look like Smog or whatever. Pretty cool, though. Nonetheless. Definitely cooler looking than Brogoth, I think. Whoa, my camera is freaking out. I don't know what's going on. Rotate the camera back. Get things back in order. There we go. Oh god, with the help of Brogoth and Smog, I'm gonna call him, he might actually get this fort. It seems Brogoth is doing a ton of damage here. And yeah, he's gonna get the Fortress of Otto. Oh, that's definitely going to be GG. And a Balrog summon to top it off. Amazing. That's the way to end the game, folks. A dragon, a Balrog, and another dragon. Awesome. Well, that was a brutal ending, wasn't it? But that is a good example of a Goblin 1v1 mirror matchup, I must say. Definitely an interesting game to watch. And now Balrog will finish off this Goblin Cave and finish up the game, I would think. Or not. Why is Otto still alive? He has a fissure down here. I don't know why. I mean, it was a good idea until he lost his base. Building the fissure outside of his base was an idea I had earlier. I thought that was a good idea, as they would not find it so easily. Is that a different banner model? Like, do they always have a green glowing skull on them? If they didn't, then that is cool. That is a cool addition. If they did, then I'm just very bad at remembering things. Either way, cool looking nonetheless. Looks like Cam is scouting for this base, this last building. He will find it eventually. He does have the numbers, he does have the Dragon Lord to fly around. And he is stopping all of the little harassment units from actually doing anything. Seems Otto still has a couple of builders actually in his tunnels. It looks like he's going to try and rebuild his base. Unfortunately, he's running right into the army of Cam. Did Cam not see the builder? Cam! Builder! Ah, he walked right by the builder. But I guess at this point it doesn't really matter. Really, Otto should just destroy his buildings. But I guess he'll make his opponent hunt for it. The hunt for Red October begins. He's actually rebuilding a fortress. Well, I didn't notice that was happening. That'll be interesting. But I think it'd be physically impossible for him to come back from this game. Even if he did get all his powers to use at once, back when he got his fortress up, there's just too much power from the Otto there. And he's been spending all his money on something, so... I mean, he either just bought Sauron, or he's getting upgrades, maybe... No? I don't see any upgrades or anything of that nature. Maybe he purchased Sauron. I guess it is possible. He's like, where are you? I know he's looking for it. Untage Allegiance on the Cave Troll. I guess that would be nice to have. Cave Trolls are good for smashing down some tunnels. And Cam pretty much has complete map control at this point. Not a whole lot to be done. Surely he knows where he is, right? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's only one possible place he can be at this point. And he is very, very well aware. We're chanting his worm as well. Looks like the fortress will go down, the builder will be picked off by Drogoth. I think he immediately made a building get cancelled. Yeah, he must have. Otherwise the builder would have died. He's gonna keep building. Should really like fireball it. That works too. Actually, quite nicely. In fact. And Otto has been defeated. Very cool. So yeah, well played to Cam and Otto in that game. That was pretty good to watch, and I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. So I will see you in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02 version 5.01. See you next time.
You cannot hide. I see.